Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Reshmi Mukherjee. In my channel, you get ICC, ISC, English Literature and English Language topics. So today we are going to, as you can see on the screen, we are going to start Julius Caesar Act 2 Scene 1, and this is part 1 of the video. It is a huge scene, as you already know. Huge scene. But one good thing over here is that I don't believe you have a lot many scenes over here. You have scene 1, scene 2 and scene 3. That's it, I believe. Okay. I'm very sorry. This is Act 1. I guess you have only 2 scenes from Act 2. Isn't it? Check once. Yes, Act 2 you have scene 1, which is a huge scene. And then you have scene 2 and then directly Act 3 starts, which you do not have in your exam. Right? So we are going to start Act 2, scene 1 today. And those who haven't yet followed my website, which is dotskill.com, do check it because you have a lot of content for practice. Act 1's all the content is already provided over there, MCQs, questions and stuff. Many practice papers are provided. You can prepare from there. This time I'm not going to charge anything. Many of you had asked to purchase those papers, but you can directly prepare from there. This time I do not have that much time. I cannot afford that much time to provide you your practice papers, separate, customized ones. So you can use those for your exam. Maybe next year you will have either a book, an e-book or normal hard copy of that book, or you can have your question papers that you can purchase. Okay, I have no idea as of now, but we will of course try to do that. Then again, you can also share your question papers. If you have doubts, if you have some papers where you do not know what to write, what would be the answers, you can share them with me. You can share them in that email ID slotsky.contact@gmail.com, right? So without any more delay, let us start with Act 2 Scene 1 for the class 9s. Okay, we will discuss line wise because this is a drama and it is very important. Even between the lines there are meanings. We will try to discuss as much as possible, and of course because this is a completely free class and time is limited, we will try as much possible. Okay, and this is the first class. So this is the part 1, possibly part 3 or part 4, either within 4 classes max to max, we will complete this scene because this is a huge one. So let us come to the next slide. Okay, very interesting slide. And most importantly, in Act 1, we saw that, this is a build-up of everything. This is a build-up of suspense where we see that Julius Caesar was just told beware of the ides of March, and he is not worried about that. He's overconfident. He says, no, I don't have to bother about that. And then we see that Brutus has been already instigated to get into this conspiracy and murder Julius Caesar because he is supposed to be an evil person, supposed to be, not the right person as a king. And he's going to be the king, and that would be bad for the Romans. So this is necessary. Okay, so they have to murder our Julius Caesar. Okay. So we will see whether Cassius is able to manipulate Brutus or not in the first part, in today's part. Let's see. Okay. Act 2, Scene 1. First speech. Brutus says, enter Brutus to his orchard. So he is out somewhere in the middle. In this, we can see the setting. It is very dark outside, and he is outside in his orchard. I cannot, by the progress of the stars, give guess how near today. As he is outside, he cannot understand that what is exactly the time. Okay, what is the time he does not know. How near today, where it is going to be morning. Lucius, I say, that means I wish it were my fault to sleep so soundly. So he keeps on calling his servant, Lucius. Oh, Lucius, hey Lucius. Lucius, like this, he's going on calling him. But Lucius, in the dead of the night, he's sleeping now. So Brutus feels very jealous of him. Brutus says that you can sleep very soundly. Why can't I sleep like him? When Lucius, when will you wake up? Awake, I say. What, Lucius? Enter Lucius. So finally, Lucius is awake and he comes out and says, called you, my lord, did you call me? Brutus, give me a taper in my study. Taper means a candle. So give me a candle in my study. I want to sit there because I cannot sleep. When it is lighted and you have lighted the candle, call me from here. This says, I will, my lord. All right, I will call you. I will just do that work and come back. So next, Brutus. It must be by his death. So whose death is he thinking? Why can't he sleep? This is an important question. He cannot sleep because of, again, the heat oppressed brain. He cannot sleep because he is extremely worried that should Julius Caesar have to die? Is that necessary? Then he tells him it must be by his death. It is necessary. It must be through his death. Okay, he must die. And for my part, I know no personal cause. But if you ask me, what personal cause do you have to kill Julius Caesar? Right? So I will say that I have no such cause. I do not have any direct reason, any personal cause, right, that I need to kill him. But for the general good, I have to carry this. He would be crowned. Otherwise, he would be crowned. He would become a king. So, if you haven't followed the previous scenes, do check it, because you need to. This is a political play. You need to understand the background. Why they do not like a king? Why they think that it has to remain like a republic? You have to understand the situation. He suddenly did not grow. There were other characters also, like Pompey, one of those characters. Okay, so that one you do check the introduction class of Julius Caesar to understand the background if you haven't followed. And those who have followed, you already know. So how that might change his nature, there's the question. So we do not know that once he becomes the king, what impact it would have in his nature and his character. When one gets a lot of power, he becomes different. So possibly he can change. It is the bright day that brings forth the adder. Adder is actually the snake. So it is a bright day. That means it is a basic truth that often what happens is when you get a lot of power, you become very cruel. And to be honest, although I do not have any direct reason to murder Julius Caesar, but it is a basic truth that when one, in sunny days, just as sunny days cause poisonous snakes, to come out, is in the winter they will sleep. In the sunny days they will come out. Just as these poisonous snakes come out when it is a sunny day, and bad things can come from what looks good. Sunny day is a good day. For us it is not a good day because we are from a country where it is very hot. But from somewhere else, like a country from where he has written, England, which has very harsh winters, in those places sunny days are good days. So although it is a good day, those days are also those days where snakes come out, which is dangerous. So it may so happen that possibly he does not look so cruel, does not look so cunning king now, that he would be very cruel and stuff, he'll be a bad king. But we do not know what is going to happen. Anything can happen. So we must step very carefully. We must be cautious before anything happens. And that creates a very walkie, that is, we need to be cautious. Crown him that. So once you crown him, once you make him a king, and then I grant we put a sting in him. Once you have crowned him, once you have made him a king, we also make him capable of stinging somebody. We will make him capable of, causing trouble. That at his will, he may do danger with. Once he becomes the king, he has a lot of power. He can do anything and everything. So he will be very kind of vicious, and he can cause a lot of trouble. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. What is it trying to say? When it disjoins remorse from power, meaning when the abuse of power comes, when somebody starts abusing power, right? It gets separated from compassion. You are no longer, this remorse from power. You no longer have any remorse, no compassion for anybody. Once you have that power, once you are abusing power in most cases. For example, I am a teacher, and if I was, in the most cases, what would have happened? That possibly I would say, I have the power of giving you marks, so what I will do is, I will not give you proper marks if you do not take my classes. There are teachers like that, there are schools like that. So that is abuse of power. So possibly once he gets power, he will do that. Then when it disjoins, and to speak truth of Caesar, I have not known when his affection swayed more than his reason. Basic truth is that I have never seen his emotions get the better of his reason. That means I have never seen him doing something incorrect or not that logical. But it is a common proof that lowliness is young ambition's ladder. Check this picture, very significant. That it is also true that young man, young ambition's ladder. That means ambition is actually talking about an ambitious man. The young ambitious man who is climbing a ladder, ambitious man, he is climbing. So where to the climber upward turns his face. While he is climbing, you can just picture and understand. While he is climbing, once he reaches high up looking upwards, what he will do is, the climber upward turns his face, but when he once attains the upmost round, once he has reached that upmost layer, landing, okay, landing, okay, in that ladder, what will happen? He will stop looking when he is climbing. And he is still in the climbing situation, he will look how far he has climbed and stuff. He will look around him, just like in the ladder. But imagine, he had to reach the top of the wall and he has reached. Then he is no longer going to look back. He will go away from there, na? That is what he is worried about. But where to the climber upward turns his face, but when he once attains the upmost round, he then unto the ladder turns his back, looks in the clouds, scorning the base degrees by which he did ascend. So then again he will stop worrying about who are there behind. He will no longer care about anybody else who are below him now. He can see all Rome from the top view and he thinks he is the best of all. Next. So Caesar can also do that. Then lest he may prevent. So if he, in case he does this, it is better that we prevent him from reaching that height. Okay. So this is a decision. He is, there is a confusion. I do not have any grudge, yet I have to kill him. So there is a kind of a confusion. There is a kind of a dilemma. So he's fighting that dilemma. Should he kill or should he not kill? Okay. Then lest he may, and since the quarrel will bear no color for the thing he is, fashion it does that what he is augmented would run to these and these extremities, and therefore think him as a serpent's egg. So let us then, if we do not know what he is going to do, and when we know that there is a high risk, if he is given power, he will change into something cruel, something tyrannical. So it is better before he might do anything wrong to stop him. And since our argument has nothing to do with who he is right now, we don't have to worry that who at present what is his behavior, whether he loves his people or not, because we don't know what will happen when he gets power. So it is better that if he got more power, his character might change, right? So we may not think what is his. We should not think on this line ki abhi uski behavior kaise hai, what is his behavior now, because he may change any minute. So therefore think him as a serpent's egg. We have to take it as a serpent's egg only. Once it hatches, the snake will only come out and it will sting. So it is better that kill it when we can. Destroy it. Which hatched would as his kind grow mischievous, kill him in the shell. So it is better when it is still in the egg. When we can destroy it, let us destroy it now. Otherwise, once he gets the power, he can't do anything. Okay. He will be beyond our reach. Now, re-enter Lucius. Lucius says that this part is very important where, it is a kind of a soliloquy of Brutus. He is thinking what he should do and what he should not. Lucius, the taper burn it in your closet. So just like this picture, what was asked to him, Lucius was told to put a taper in the study table, right, like this. So it is already done. He comes and informs, the taper burn it in your closet. Searching the window for a flint. So while I was searching for a flint, okay, to burn this, to light this candle, I found something else, this paper, the sealed up. And I'm sure it did not lie there when I went to bed. I did not see it before going to bed. That means it has come in the middle of the night only somehow. I got a paper. Now you can of course relate, in Act 1 we saw that Cassius was planning to leave certain papers in different handwriting so that Brutus is forced to think that people depend on him and people want him to do something so that Julius Caesar does not become a king. Brutus, get to you bed again, so okay, go back to sleep. It is not day, so it is not morning yet. Is not tomorrow, boy, the Ides of March? So tomorrow is it the Ides of March, 15th of March? Remember the sword said 1 month has passed. It was February and this is March. So Ides of March have come, and because that feast of Lupercalia was 15th of Feb. So Ides of March has come. So this is the 15th of March, and tomorrow is a great day, as the soothsayer had already warned Caesar. Go back to, so Lucius says, I know not. I have no idea about that, Brutus. Look in the calendar and bring me word. So go and check whether tomorrow is that day or not. He's thinking. Okay. Lucius, I will, sir. Okay, I will. Lucius goes to check the date. Brutus, The exaltations whizzing in the air give so much light that I may read by them. The exaltations, that means the meteors in the sky, okay? They give so much of light, okay, just like this previous picture. There's still some light from the meteors, so I can read under it. Opens the letter and rings. Brutus, thou sleepest, awake and see thyself. Shall Rome, so he's reading and he reads certain words only. Shall Rome, ... Speak, stride, redress, these are the words used. That you have to do something, you have to speak, you have to strike, you have to do the right thing. Okay, wake up, you are sleeping. Thus must I piece it out. Shall Rome stand under one man's own? What Rome my ancestors did from the streets of Rome, the Tarquin drive when he was called a king, when Tarquin, the cruel Tarquin, was driven from the streets because of his cruel deeds. Okay, so that is Rome. Now how can you allow? Our ancestors only did not allow Tarquin to rule, to be a cruel king. So how can I now allow Julius Caesar to become a king again and be cruel again? I cannot allow that. Speak, strike, redress. So that is what I have to do. Am I entreated to speak and strike? Alright, so these are the words used. So am I supposed to be this? Oh Rome, I make thee promise. So I am promising you Rome. So you see, he is already instigating. He is flattered that he has to do something in this case. He does not understand that exactly same words Cassius had used and similar words only are used over here. Thy full petition at the hand of Brutus, because he does not doubt that Cassius could lie in this case. He is so much flattered that people depend on him. He is so much kind of, what should I say, a patriot sort of an idea he has about himself, that he believes immediately that people want me to do something. So Lucius re-enters and says certain things. What are those? Lucius, sir, March is wasted 15 days. So the dilemma that he had before, now it is removed as soon as he gets those letters. And he also comes to know from Lucius that it is actually the Ides of March. Brutus, a knock. It is good. Go to the gate. Somebody is knocking at the door. So go to the gate and open the door. I have, says Cassius first. So Lucius leaves and then he continues speaking to himself. Since Cassius first did wet me against Caesar, so when he talked to me again certain things about Caesar, since that time I could not fall asleep. Okay, I could not sleep at all. Between the acting of a dreadful thing and the first motion, that means when you plan something and that action is carried out, all the interim, that means in between that time, is like a phantasma or a hideous dream. So that is kind of a disturbing dream. You cannot sleep. There is an indecision. There is confusion. There is dilemma. You have to, struggle through that. So that is a kind of a troublesome time. The genius and the mortal instruments are then in council. So the brain is thinking and your heart is thinking, your brain is thinking. So you question yourself, to do or not to do is the question. So this is the time when people are troubled. And the state of man, like to a little kingdom, suffers then the nature of an insurrection. So that is the time when man who waits to become like a little, it is a situation where he is trying to be like a little kingdom in which he is unconscious. He is unconscious and his body is also joining in that conspiracy to overthrow the conscious man. Body is saying something else, the mind is saying something else. It's a kind of a battle and you cannot win the kingdom very easily. Okay. It's like you are winning the king, you have to win the kingdom and the body and the mind both are struggling. So the time spent waiting is a very difficult moment between the action and the plan of the action. Next, so Lucius again enters, checking who is there outside and comes and says, what sir, it is your brother Cassius at the door. So it is Cassius who has come, who doth desire to see you. He wants to meet you. So now we will move to the last picture of today's. And you will see how interesting that picture is because you will see who are waiting at the gate. Okay. These are the 3 men who are waiting at the gate. Now, not just 3, there are more men. I found only 3 interesting characters, so I brought them here. So, Lucius, no sir, there are more with him. So he has not come alone. There are more people who has accompanied him. And Brutus says, do you know them? You have any idea who these people are? Lucius, no sir. Their hats are plucked about their ears. So as you can see in the picture, hats, they are half covering till the eyes. And the cloak. The cloak is, the collars are raised so high that the face is completely hidden with the hats and the cloak necks, collars. Okay. So I could not see who these people are. By any mark of favor, I could not discover them. Brutus, let them enter. All right, so ask them to come. Again, Lucius goes to allow them inside. And that is the time when Brutus is seen to. They are the faction. So the other faction means it is that group which is actually wanting to kill Caesar. Oh, conspiracy, Seamus thou to sow thy dangerous brow by night, when evils are most free, even at night time. So he does not like this conspiracy thing to conspire and to kill somebody. He says, this is very strange that even in the night when everything is so dark, where anyway you are hidden, that time also you have to hide your face so hard. Okay. So even those times when evil things are free, you cannot show yourself. You are that stained. Oh, then by day, where wilt thou find a cavern dark enough to mask thy monstrous visage? So if you have to cover your face so carefully, even at night, what will you do when morning comes? Where will you hide? Where will you find that dark cave where you can hide yourself? Okay. Seek none, conspiracy, hide in smiles and affability, for if thou pass thy native semblance on, not Erebus itself were dim enough to hide thee from prevention. What is he saying? He says that if you don't bother about that cave, don't worry whether you get that Erebus, the dark cave, or not to hide yourself, conspiracy. Instead, hide your face behind smiles. If when you go to class 11 and read Macbeth, you see the same thing in the same act and scene, act 2, scene 1. Where he has to hide himself in smiles so that people cannot understand what is going on in your mind. You do not cover your face with these hats and looks. Cover your face in smiles so that nobody can understand what is going on in your brain. Okay. So if you went ahead and exposed your true face, if people understood who you truly are, then what will happen? You will be found and you will be stopped. Nobody will allow you to carry this out. So it is important that you completely hide your face. Okay, properly. Not in dress, but in your smiles. Enter the conspirators Cassius, Casca, Decius, Cinna, Metellus, Sinburn, and Tribonius. Okay? Cassius, I think we are too bold. Remember who comes to Brutus's house. I think we are too bold upon your rest. So I think we have disturbed you. We did not want to trouble you in the middle of the night. Know I these men that come. Brutus says, I have been up this hour, so I could not sleep. You are not disturbing me. Anyhow, I could not sleep properly tonight. And no man here, awake all night. So I was all awake this night. And there is an ice cream one I'm going. So know I these men that come along with you, Cassius. Yes, every man of them, and no man here but honors him. So everybody who is present over here highly honors you, keeps you in high regard. Okay, so this is Tribonius. This is Tribonius, my another friend, Brutus. He is welcome hither. This is Decius Brutus. This is Casca. This is Cinna. This is Metellus Singur. So they are all welcome over here. Brutus says, all of you are welcome here. What watchful cares to interpose themselves betwixt your eyes and night? So he is asking that they are all welcome here. But what are the worries that did not allow you to sleep when you have come out over here? And Cassius says, shall I entreat a word? Can I talk to you a bit? I wanted to say something to you. Can we speak about that? So we will keep till here because we have done the first part of it. We will take 3 to 4 classes to complete it. Let's not burden our heads with it. So I hope you have no doubts over here. In case you have, do not forget to share it in the comment section. I will try to answer them once I am free. So if you have liked it, do share it with your friends. Do let them know so that more number of students from class 11 they see, so that I can bring more videos for class 11 children, right? Thank you so much. See you in my next class. Do join in the preposition series also, so that you have no doubts and you can score 4 out of 4, whatever might be the marks for your exams, right? Thank you so much. Bye-bye. See you in my next